Okay, so the mic has been configured. I think we'll leave the volume at this level here because I'm definitely talking softly right now. Yeah, see, I don't know what I did to you guys, but I just saw it going to red. Is it just this? Yeah, it doesn't like this plastic stuff. The mic is not happy with that. It's like the plastic stuff is somehow louder than me. Yeah. Yeah. Somehow that is incredibly loud. Even it doesn't sound incredibly loud to me, so I don't know what's going on. It's probably to do with the kind of sounds that the thing's making. It doesn't mean that it's loud overall, but there are like bits of the noise that are I don't know, like your ears could be sensitive to very specific noises. And that seems to be what's happening here. Because it just keeps going into the red and then into the white. When it gets into the white, I get scared because it sort of suggests that it's, I don't know, is it like killing your ears or something? I don't want to do that. Oh, Barbara's waiting. I'm eating chocolate and biscuits again. I think that's all I'll have for now. I'm not sure how the volume is doing, because I'm still concerned about my voice being really quiet. We'll leave it at that for now, but it just is quite, apparently I'm talking louder again, so I guess it's back to its normal volume thing. Well, we ate earlier and it feels like my body isn't happy with what it ate. I'm not surprised though, because it was cold, because I took too long to eat it. And we felt tired. Just didn't get anything done. But the time is the time is nearly 12 AM. So at least time's gone by, so it's later, so it'll probably be quieter, but I still didn't feel like doing anything, so I said, it's time to train. Oh, this is the, right, I know what that is then. Yes, so not feeling great, sorry about that. It's the usual stuff. Sorry about that. Okay. Set up. Here's next here. It's Helen. impact is interesting. And these are like I think that's Yoko.
Fantastic.
Helen. The tiger jacket. I'm not sure how to pin it like that in the sky. Pin it too. You've seen it so many times and I still can't tell you why it happens. It's 120 points. Oh, late frame. Good hook though. Yeah, these are in the season 4 outfit. Well, we're definitely doing the elites. I thought we were meant to be doing. So these Mike is wearing I's outfit. I's luxurious tracksuit. Need to get it out of my head. Things like, okay, she got a double, I'm happy with that. Because now she can get 258, isn't it? But it's not about her getting 258, it's just about bowling, isn't it? It's a habit of wanting certain scores. That's actually not what we're here to do. Not what we're here to get. Uh-oh, it's another late frame. That was messy. Is Yoko? Yoko. I mean, it could be Takashi, but I don't know. I don't know who it is. That person's too far away. Yeah, too much hit. Fair enough. Oh, sorry, Barbara. Let's chip your arm. It's nice that your friends are here, Barbara. It's really helping.
Nice try.
Not bad. So Lisa, 257. Because you got 8 spin instead of a 9 spin. It's not like it's a massive deal that your friends are here, but I'll just see them and then I mention their name. Oh, this person, I don't know who that is, and then we just keep bowling. But I guess it's a subconscious comfort or something. Whereas if I didn't know who was there, probably wouldn't feel, I don't know, just there'd be something missing. Not missing, just when it's something extra. Your friends are something extra to support the experience. If your friends weren't there, or there are people that I didn't know, then probably wouldn't feel as good. Well, those were your alleys. See, right now, your friends are not here. Yes. And then your friends will join. Oh, I did it again. The strike is really good, man. I'm not allowed to complain when you do things like that. She said, well, you shouldn't be complaining.
Great double. What happened? Wonderful.
That was a good throw. Oh, you got that ping going. Ping number 1. It's a good throw. Even just the little imprecisions of where you stand from can change the result.
Go, go.
But I mean, I don't know if you've had a 2 assist, Barbara. You have, okay. Yeah, unless you're using 2 assist to help you, we're not getting you in the exact same spot every single time. Things like that. Do you like that slow motion, Barbara? Oh, you have 120 points again. Yeah, unless we're using 2 assists. That's not that. I can't see that happening. Human precision isn't that good. So we're just working with the best that we can with our brain, I guess. Right now, we're doing really well with your legs. I'm sure we're doing really well, Barbara, I guess. I should give myself credit as well. I'm not really interested in that. No, we are doing well together right now.
Yes.
That's happened before. See, it's like you lost pin number 1. It didn't go all the way. It looks the same, but then the actual impact of the pins is different. So a lot of pins piling up on the right. Yeah, but on the left it looks a bit different. It's Helen. Let's watch Helen. Oh, next time, Helen. It's like you outright missed the pin. Yeah, you just completely missed the pin. And everything else just fell so fast. But you completely missed pin number 9. We talked about that maybe yesterday, how pin number 1, it gets spaced out so much that you just barely miss pin number 9. That's what happened this time. Oh, Helen. I don't even know if you can get 258 now.
Nice streak.
I'm not sure, the eyes are making me think Takashi. Happened again. Pin number 1. Pin number 9, sorry. It's a little different. Missed pin number 12. Oh, because your collision of pin number 3 was terrible.
Finish.
You got 278. Again. What did you get earlier? 257. Yeah, last time you got... nine strikes. This time you got 10. Well, you played better here. Yeah, your strikes, even when you got the 9 pins, your form looked good here. The way you were throwing the ball, where the ball ended up, that bit was quite consistent. In terms of the actual spinning the ball part, I don't know much about that to talk about that, but with your earlies, it just looked wrong. You're just about getting the strikes, and you're often offset to the left, and then sometimes you hooked it too much, but here you're very consistent, I think. So even if you got, well, what could you have got? You could have still gotten 279 in that other session, because it must have been frame 10 that you got the 8 spin. You still could have gotten 279, but I would have said your performance is overall worse. It's time for mix. Maybe I should do that. I don't know, you have more physical exertion than I do. And for me it's all mental exertion, and I already don't have mental headspace as it is. What is that? Don't expect it. Expectations, leave them behind. Say here, just because of what we said, don't expect to get a good stroke here. Yeah, that was offset. Is that Takashi?
Nice
Is it
pair.
Takashi? Oh, one thing that's been on my mind during this session is, well, actually not just this session, but I think a few sessions that we've had over the past few days, is how the game tells me, Barbara, to hold the Joy-Con straight. So if I twist the Joy-Con before the release, that would look cursed. Oh, because you pushed pin number 6 like that. Yeah, so if you twist the Joy-Con before you release, or before Barbara releases, then I don't think the game registers that I've twisted my wrist. It's only as Barbara's swinging, as far as I can tell, that the game registers that I've twisted. So if I twist too early, you get no hook. Question mark.
Strike.
So as far as my brain's concerned, leave her past 2 sessions were good, but leave that behind. This is a different session. This is like her, her bowling looks sloppy. Question mark. I don't have the words. Sorry, Barbara. I wonder if that could have gotten you a strike then. I would say try that again. It's like the same thing but extra hurt. Oh, just a bit too much. You have to have good spin control for that.
Spare.
Helen. Well done, Helen. Oh, she got 6 pins. Well, you lost your late throw, Barbara. Oh, that's a hit. Oh no, you lost pin number 1. Pin number 1 got swallowed up.
Hey, spare.
I'm starting to wonder how much of the bowling the Joy-Con really is able to capture. I think you released too early, Barbara.
Spare.
Oh no, yeah, not too much there. That's kind of funny when I think about that. If they don't release the thing
Nice spare.
before the end of the game, it's hard to talk and help Barbara at the same time. I'm thinking about when you swing and you think, why did it hook like that? This is a late throw. Yeah, that
Nice
he
strike.
hooked more there. Yeah, but pin number 1 took out pin number 10 though. It just went into the sky. Yeah, it went sideways. Wow.
Great double.
Double. No, I got nothing out of that. That looks interesting though. How you did that. Elisa. Is that her? No, she's all the way at the far side. Helen. She got some things. Sorry, Barbara, I'm looking at Helen.
Yeah.
Get one key. She hit the wall and bounce back. That's fun stuff. Well, your late throws are quite powerful.
Finish.
So you get 181. Yeah. Point to the stars. You got 181. There you go. Yes, so if you're swinging and unintentionally your Joy-Con is tilted before you even release, that's probably going to impact the way that the person you're helping hooks, because you might be twisting your wrist exactly the same, but if your wrist was already twisted to begin with, then it's going to be offset. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's say, let's see if I can come up with a good analogy. So, let's say the way that you hook involves twisting your wrist to a point along a rotation that we're going to call 20 degrees clockwise. So normally your Joy-Con is held at the point that we're calling 0 degrees well, 0 degrees is 0 degrees, isn't it? So 0 degrees, and you hook the ball 20 degrees clockwise. Now let's say on one occasion you actually start at, I was going to say 250 degrees, but I think it's easier to say minus 10. So you're starting at minus 10 degrees. Minus 10 degrees clockwise, and then you twist your wrist, but you don't twist it to 10 degrees, you twist it to 20 degrees. So your end point is the same because it's still 20 degrees, but your starting point is minus 10. So the actual displacement is 30 degrees clockwise and not 20 degrees. So even though your wrist has ended in the same spot, because you started at a different spot, perhaps well, in reality you twisted your wrist more than you otherwise would have. So it could be the case where, because your starting position was offset, you ended up hooking the ball more than you otherwise would have done, because your endpoint is the same. It's not like your hook's been translated, it's been enlarged, because you didn't go from minus 10 to 10, you went from minus 10 to 20, whereas before you were 0 to 20. So you gained an additional 20 degrees of displacement. 20, no, an additional 10 degrees of displacement. So the ball's been hooked more. And perhaps if that happens to you while you're swinging the Joy-Con and you end up twisting more to end up in the same spot because you actually started slightly offset without realizing, then maybe you end up getting more of a hook on the ball, because Barbara's not displacing, if that makes sense. It looks like Barbara always throws from the same sort of spots. She might throw to the left or to the right, but she doesn't have her wrist rotated the way that my wrist is rotated. So I think Barbara and I's wrists are not in sync. And I think this is the reason why I think this is important to bring up, is because there are a lot of times where I'm thinking about getting Barbara to hook more. The way that I do it doesn't feel natural. It feels like I already have my wrist tilted. Let's say it's at minus 45 degrees, and then I tilt it to like 20, because it almost feels like I can't twist my wrist past 20 or something. I mean, we should use a different number, so let's say 40. So if I'm at 0 and I can only go up to 40 degrees clockwise, Barbara won't hook that much. So if I start at minus 45 and then as Barbara's throwing, I twist it to 40, instead of getting just 40 degrees of displacement, I'm getting 85 degrees. And so that means Barbara's twisting the ball a lot. And so then she gets a lot of spin on the ball, and the ball ends up going really far to the side. Maybe Barbara's wrist is in sync with mine, because it's like, how else would you hook it in real life? I don't know. If I played real life bowling, then I'd be able to say, yeah, this, that. Now I can say this. There's a person out there and his name is Tino, or at least that's his username. I checked his channel one time. This was after I asked Rohan a question, and then he mentioned Tino. So I checked his channel, and there's this, I'm sure he has a video where he has a scorecard of his real life bowling performance, and it's 279. And at that point I'm thinking, if this guy's got 279 in real life bowling, he really knows he has to know what goes into it, because real life bowling involves physical activity. You have to physically twist your wrist right to get the stuff, isn't it? You have to have that control of your wrist physically, but to a much greater degree than you do with the Joy-Con. And then you're holding a physical bowling ball. So things like hooking, you're going to feel it a lot more. I guess it will make more sense to you than with the Joy-Con, and I think you'll have more of a feedback, if that makes sense. That connection between you throwing the ball or you swinging your arm, and then the output that you see with the pins, it'll make more sense to you because you've physically done something to that ball, and it's like what you've physically done correlates to the way that the ball in front of you is moving. I can sense that with this game, but I don't feel it. It's like it could be a bit stronger, if that makes sense. And I feel like with real bowling you feel that. But if T9's getting 279 in my world, then he should be able to understand bowling as it is in Barbara's world. I say should, I don't know if he does. I haven't watched any of his videos. Apparently he does use profanity. I don't know if and how much. He's put it in his channel description last I remember. He just gives us a friendly reminder. Yeah, so I'm not child friendly, by the way, that sort of thing. He makes it openly clear, so he doesn't surprise you with it, I guess. He doesn't want you to be overwhelmed. So he's letting you know, hey, this is not like kid-friendly show. This is me. I like to be competitive and all that stuff. So just letting you know in case you're sensitive to that, which is nice. But I am sensitive to that, so that's why I haven't watched anything from him. But yeah, it's interesting to see that he's genuinely good at bowling. So perhaps he understands what I'm talking about, whether what I'm saying is right or wrong, that sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know, because there are differences between Spocker square bowling and then bowling in my world and his world. I felt like I could have taken that discussion a bit further. We have gone through to 37 minutes now, so I'm not really sure how long we should spend, but I do think that's a really interesting point. And you get different music now, and maybe you'll be able to hear me better because I forgot. Oh, it's this one. So whether or not Barbara's wrist and my wrist are in sync, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but definitely that displacement thing is... that person looks like Abby. Yeah, the displacement thing I think is something important to keep in mind while you're playing. So... oh yes, so if you think that you're bowling straight and then it doesn't look straight, it might be because without realizing it, you've twisted your wrist more or less than usual. Maybe that would be something to do with Barbara's earlies as well. I'm not sure. Okay.
Nice spare.
David. Josh and Helen still playing. Yes, David.
Strike.
Silky. Ooh, silky. Fritz. This one. Gotta be careful. Nah. You got yeah, that was terrible. You got 9 pins.
Spare.
Oh, you hit the pin. That's why the ball did that. Helen, kick up. In Yoshi. Okay.
Nice strike.
You didn't miss any. No, you got the pickup. You got 2 pickups, didn't you? Oh, I don't know if it was his. No, she's in the purple. Yeah, no, you got a strike. I don't remember that one. Yeah, you do have 2 pickups. But it's frame 5. Let's go with THS. Wait. Sorry, Barbara. Let's try again. Patrick Fritz. Patrick doesn't wear glasses, no. With 90. What's this one? This one. I would say late from here, maybe late frame. Was that a late frame? At least your hook made up for it. It's close. It was, yeah, you got some airtime with the ball. Oh, yeah. You hooked it too much, Barbara. What happens if you throw straight from here? I think you'd have to hurry spin. Just a bit. Not sure. Yes, it ended up too close. You almost got that pin though. This one, okay. I feel like you go between these 2 dots. Not you go, it's just you can do it this way. Are you sure it's like this? I don't know. Nope. You've got a lot of pins though, so that's cool. So there you hit that. Oh, you can go further, can't you? That was good. That was good. That at the end. That was a great placement. Yeah, it just sort of stays closer to the middle afterwards. And the 3 bars of bowling. No hook. No hook at all. So what I said about the displacement thing, I wonder if when you rush, you don't really think about how's my wrist doing, because then if you're rushing and then you press the ZR button to help your character walk up and swing, but you're actually, like, when you press that ZR button, you're already displaced, then you probably mess up the hook, don't you? That might be why this is happening. I mean, because you're rushing, you're not paying attention to the fact that your wrist was displaced already, and then you blame it on the game because, as far as you're concerned, your wrist wasn't displaced, but you weren't paying attention to that.
Ooh, strike.
I'm not sure. It's all theory work at the moment. Well, I think what's nice about only doing one training session a day, or
Finish.
at least to have several hours between them, is that when you have ideas like this one, you don't hold on to them. So you allow yourself to develop new ideas later from later observations, and if they connect to previous observations, you'll just pick them up again, but you're not necessarily focusing on your previous observations. It's only when something relevant happens that you remember, oh yeah, this happened. Another parody one was where you got the split 7. That's weird. So that one we used to call it the Yoshi Islands, but because of parody, now it's just the parody one. The one where you got the split 8, what was that? That one you just didn't hook it, right? Do you think the gates will... Yeah, the gates are there, Barbara. I wonder why it's always the gates when it's your second one. Sometimes it's the gates on your third one too. Sometimes the gates are there on your third one. But here are the gates to welcome Barbara. Hello Barbara, how are you today? Well, Barbara's alright.
Nice strike.
I couldn't tell you. Wow, I think it just messed up pin number 2. It just went to the side. I'm not really too surprised. There's something about it that made sense. This one... Thinking about it's funny because the game tells you to hold the Joy-Con string before you swing. I still think you should hold the Joy-Con string before you press the ZR button as well, but then afterwards you do the displacement. Let's try that Barbara. Ooh, it's close. It's close. We got it. Close calls are good because you get to see where you went wrong. At least if you understand and you're not just looking at the strike saying, yeah, I did it. Okay, so... Try that, Barbara. Nah, I wouldn't pushed it too much. But I wonder if you would have gotten it if you used heavy spin instead. Well, yeah, so you threw the ball late, and then you threw it to the left. Mental training, because there's not much physical exercise involved for me. It's all brain work. who's trying to get your head, not to do things that will mess you up. I'm sure you guys have seen enough from the combination of Barbara and myself to suggest that we can get strikes on all of these all the time, and that the strikes aren't wonky ones.
Great double.
But because the brain power is not there, sometimes it doesn't happen. Barbara's more than capable, and I understand how she can get strikes on lots of them. Well, all of them actually, but yeah, I wouldn't say there's any of the special lanes where I don't understand how Barbara gets strikes on them. Maybe the exact way the strike happens might confuse me, but there's never a time where
Amazing.
like that one, Barbara just went to Abby's spot and did her normal technique and she got a strike. I understand how that works. I don't think, because even with that one where you had the bar in the middle and the edges were sloped, that special lane, before I would say I didn't know how that worked, but now I'd say, yeah, I understand. Barbara was offset last time she was here, I think I seem to remember. I don't think that will work. Alright, let's go from here. Because we're trying to account for, what is it, the timer. It wasn't bad, that one. It was a bit close. She's only missed 2 strikes. Dancing bars.
Wonderful.
Interesting. I think that was close. It did get close to the middle for me. Oh, Fritz and Silke in the same outfit. And there you go, no obstacles. And then you start getting the spares. Pin number 2 saved you. That's interesting, David. So why do you start getting the spares? That's because you start getting confident. But it's not like overconfidence, blah blah blah. What does that even mean? Well, have you got a 248 set up, Barbara? Now I'm concerned. It's because you're thinking too much. Something like that. Oh, there are no obstacles, so it'll be easy. No, because she did have a 248 set up.
Nice there.
So what I was concerned about was Barbara gets a strike and then 9 pins. Then she'd end up with 247.
Finish.
She got 237. Getting the spare instead of the strike and then 9 pins. And she did really well. A 237 is a strong special bowling score. If you were averaging that in every survival bowling session, you would probably win every match. That's based on the opponents that I've had. I typically don't see typically don't see opponents that can perform that well with the special lanes. Maybe Barbara's friends have done, question mark, but not anyone that I've encountered while in play globally sessions with Barbara and whoever. It's not often I see scores like 237 with the special lanes, but that's right now, so that I can say that to you in January of 2026, but if everyone really focuses and starts, how do we talk about it? It's not about really focusing, it's about understanding the sport, understanding their technique, so they just become better bowlers. Then maybe people will start getting scores of 237 more often. You think, we're here training, right? But what if we're not the only person training? Our way of training may be very specific, but the gates are here again. It doesn't mean that we're the only ones doing it. So let's talk about the guys that are part of the crew, like Angel and Luoma and Annie. If they're still playing regularly, and I would imagine they have been playing while I haven't been, then they'll also be gaining experiences. So it's like, now to get past Perry, you need, a lot higher scores than before. Not that you didn't already need high scores to get past her, because she's a talented bowler, but she's probably more talented than she was a year ago, because she's been playing and gaining experiences and potentially understanding her bowling more than she used to. So, 237 eventually may not be enough. Okay, so this spot here. That was wonky. It was very wonky. I wonder if you were able to understand what I was going for the program. This one with Barbara and I keep messing up. You think, okay, just go straight, it's a stationary platform, but because the platform's tilted, it seems to do something, or it's just we're not okay, right? Yeah, see that's what keeps happening. It keeps going too close to the middle. If you ask me how, I mean, pin number one's the ball's impact with pin number one was quite good. He still pushed it that way, so you got the coverage on that side. That's really important. How do I spell? Yeah, I'm not Japanese, sorry. That was really good. Pin number one. Pin number one. Patrick. Wow, you threw together. Oh, you have 90 points. See, what is this game? If you were playing like this, anyway, let's not get distracted now. Is that close or? No, she can make that. I don't know if this is the right spot though. Is that an offset? Yeah. Yeah, pin number one was not really a part of that. I feel like that displacement thing's really helping. $119. One triangle. There's this one. To be careful not to throw it too early. It's not even, I'm sure you're not supposed to do it that way. You're supposed to hook it around the first pillar. That's why they put the bars there. So they give you limited movement, limited space to move it around. But you can do it. I don't know if there's a... You don't think so, Barbara? Yeah, I guess the special links are designed to get you to be creative, so I wouldn't say the designers expected you to do it one specific way. I think let's go for this. Wow.
Great double.
Fritz. It's a good throw, Fritz. Helen and David. This one. Yeah, we seem to go from this side of what I notice. I don't know if I like that, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I feel like he threw to the right a little bit. I'm just going off of how that felt for me. It felt like how I swung there for you, Barbara, wasn't very good. Well, you can get a 258 now. You have 4 strikes to go.
Spare.
258. 2. You went over the green pen. 170. Yeah, I'm used to seeing that. Oh, it's this one. Well, don't get too excited about scores. You don't want to hit that. Patrick. You might be able to get away with that. Yeah, with an early. But I'm not sure. You think late? Alright, Barbara. Oh, you hit the bar. So what are we saying? Early throw. Okay. Oh, early throw it was. I mean, that was close for an early throw. We definitely didn't need the late throw then. Barbara's laughing. She knows it was her idea. Ah, well. You still got a triangle. You didn't use the other triangle though, so you only got 10 points. Oh, late. Decent work though. Yeah, probably got you the strike. Something crossed my mind, Barbara. We'll see if I can remember it. I thought that was good. It was not good. Okay. Oh, it's a late throw.
Nice there.
We should get 228. Yeah, you got the strike first, so probably. I like 228. I don't mind 228. Let's see if it is 228 or not.
Finish.
What'd you get, Barbara? Yeah, you got 228. 228, 237. Those are good scores. No, it's too early to talk about scores. It's not. But, you don't want the scores to distract us. Okay, so I'm thinking about terminology. This is an interesting subject. We're already past the hour mark, but I'd like to talk about terminology for a moment. Let's turn this volume a bit lower. There we go. It's not much lower, to be honest. No, don't turn it down too much, but terminology. I'm not sure what the mic is picking up. It's an interesting topic for me because I know that typically I will refrain from using terminology that I see a lot of other people in the field use. I don't want to use the term gamer, but that's kind of what's coming to my mind. So the sort of umbrella is gamer terms. Stuff like, oh, do you remember when I made the 0x8 video and I said, I came up with the name SAP because it refers to spin attack into power up, and the reason why I called it spin attack into power up is because that's one of those phrases that I hear some gamers use in the context of Smash Bros. They'll say something like neutral aerial into forward aerial, and I found that funny, so then I came up with spin attack into power up and then got SAP out of it. But that's sort of the kind of thing you get. You get, for example, this into that, and it uses incorrect grammar because it's not really about the grammar. It's about the understanding of what's happening. And Smash is a very fast-paced game, so I understand why you'd want to truncate words like that. I think what I'm thinking more about is, I'm not sure what it is about me that doesn't, I don't know what it is about me that doesn't like to refer to things by other, existing terms. I seem to be more interested in developing my own personal connection to whatever it is that I'd be connecting to. I wouldn't say this is simply in the context of gaming. I would say even in the context of experiencing things in the world. So I won't be looking at news. If I encounter the same news, then okay, but I won't be looking at news to find out what's happening. Or maybe there are certain buses that are out, but I'd rather just see what's out rather than checking these apps to find out what I could be riding, for example. I seem to be more interested in having first-hand experiences. So then things like the terminology that other people come up with for actions in a game, I tend not to end up using them. If there are official terms, I might use those, so I'm more likely to say, I'm not sure if I'm more likely to say Meteor Smash than Spike, because I think I've grown up with the culture enough that the Spike rolls off the tongue, so to speak. In other words, I'll find myself saying this person got spiked without trying to say that. If I actually put more conscious thought into my words, I will say that was an interesting Meteor Smash, but if something happens really fast, I might naturally say, wow, you got spiked like that? That's crazy. Because I'm used to saying that. Because I've grown around other people who've haven't grown, that's a social media thing. I guess you can grow up online around people who talk like that, so words like spike, that's a part of me, I suppose, but I I guess it's to that effect, isn't it? If a lot of other people are using certain terms, I think for most people, they will also use the same terms rather than coming up with their own ways of understanding something in their lives. Why I think this is important is because you might see something happen, and because you've seen it, you might think that this is the way that it is, instead of going on your own adventure to understand and draw your own connection to that thing. So it's like you don't actually understand how this thing works, but you think you do because you've seen it from other people, and so you just take their word for it. And I guess I want to promote your own exploration of the things around you. In other words, instead of using my sessions to say Barbara and I's sessions to say this is how you do this, our sessions are not supposed to be a guide to what you should do to get strikes. They're more supposed to be not even guides, it's just, this is my experience. You could have your own experience too. You can look at my experience and then look at Tima's experience, and you might see that there are differences between us, for example. Not that I can verify that because I haven't seen Tima's experiences, but what I'm saying is, you can see his experience, you can see my experience. You can even see Rohan's experiences because he's posted some streams of him playing bowling as well. You can see former Sky's experiences. You can see Cargoomba's experiences because they're on YouTube, at least right now, and they're not all going to be the same. So you get to see how different people interact with the game differently, and when you play, you can keep those things in mind, but it's like, this is what's happened to these people, and then if something similar happens to you, I guess I'm trying to say, don't take our word for what it actually is, but consider what happened. Goodness me, you're not supposed to, I don't know, it's not like you have to consider what we've done when you experience the same thing. It's more that your brain might consider it, and that's fine, but then don't assume that what we're saying is how it is. Develop that connection between everything that you're seeing and everything that you're seeing from our perspective, and then everything that you're seeing from your own when you experience it. So I think more what we're trying to say is, what Barbara's done here, go out there and do it yourself and see if what you find is similar to what Barbara's found, and see if you can relate to what's happened to us. And then if you think something is different, then you can say, well, for me it was like this. It could actually be like this, I'm not sure. Let's keep exploring. And I guess this is a video game. Well, in my case, not in Barbara's case, this is Barbara's life, but in my case it's a video game. So there are things that are actually set in stone because it's how the game's coded, isn't it? But I guess how we connect to those things that are set in stone can be different because we're all different people, I guess. So maybe our observations will all come together to the same sort of conclusion, that perhaps this is like this and that's like that, but the way that we come to that conclusion or how we connect to it might be different. So that's why I think having the individual experience of your own is better than watching the other people play and saying, yeah, so this is how it is. I feel silly for having gone through this loop to say this, but I feel like it's important because I've seen it a lot where some people, especially younger people, will see more skilled players play a game and then they want to be like them, so they start talking like them, they start saying the sort of things that they say, which it's like if what they were saying was great, then it would lead you closer to the right stuff, I suppose, but even then you're still restricting your brain to just what they're saying rather than exploring a bit. Again, I guess it gets worse when you've got the ungratefulness that I get from some of the higher, more skilled players. So then you also get stuff like that growing in the newer players, and then you just have a community where everyone ends up really moody about certain things. I'm not sure. I have it in my head, but I don't know how to explain, but that's what I'm worried about. I don't want people to look up to other people, but then they don't it's like they don't keep their brain stimulated. They just switch off and assume that what the professional's saying is the truth. That they're the overlord, you should listen to what they're saying. They're going to fix you up, follow their guide, and you'll be the best bowler. But if I want you, I mean, we could talk about Barbara's book about how to be a wild animal. Even then, I don't think Barbara wrote that as a, she's shaking her head. She's saying, that's not my guide to being the best bowler, that's just me sharing my experiences. So if you were to get a copy of that book, I don't think it exists in my world though. No. Okay, yeah. So we can't read Barbara's book. I'd have to remake it, wouldn't I? Yeah, I'm not bothered to do that right now, Barbara, but there are books like that, and I think the whole point of those books is that those professionals share their experiences with this stuff, but it's not meant to be a 101 kind of guide thing. Maybe some books are built like that, but I don't think all of them are. It's just more of a, this is what it's like to be me. Yeah, I am good at this stuff, but this isn't the only way. This is just my life, what happened to me. I'm just sharing it. I wish I could do better at explaining. It feels like there's a lot to go into, but I don't think I want to do, I don't want to get too worked up, like we said before. Oh, we can turn up the volume now. Like we said before, there are so many things to appreciate in the world, so there's no need to get stuck on a couple extra things. And I'm sure these observations that I'm coming up with right now will return to them, because it seems like everything that we've said in previous sessions, I keep talking about them again. What are we trying to demonstrate? Well, I'm sitting down now. Uh-oh. Interesting. I mean, that's quite interesting as well. So you see Barbara... Man, I always thought you were on. Hey, Barbara bowl from this spot. And what if you're the kind of person who thinks, okay, but all the pros bowl from this spot? Yeah, because you see, there's this time where I just kept seeing everyone using Tomoko's bowling ball. And that's not gonna break. Okay, no.
Great shot.
Well, that was pretty good as well. I don't know how many pins he knocked over. Who else is here? Is that Cake Girl again? Hey, James! James! He's in his green outfit. Wow, the original James. So what? You might look at the professionals and think, okay, so they all bowl from here. Alright, so this is just the spot. Instead of trying to figure out why it's the spot, you just assume it's the spot, and you see Barbara didn't get a strike. You might think, okay, but this is the spot. I don't understand. Is this game broken? But that's because you're just looking at stuff and assuming that this is the way. You're not really developing your connection with the bowling and understanding why certain things are happening. I can tell you that Barbara did not hit the ball right. I think she may have thrown it the wrong way as well, but she definitely didn't apply the right amount of spin to the ball, so I think that's why she didn't get the strike. That's a late throw though. Just about hit it. And she was offset to the left. Here's Matt. There's Matt. And Jake. And then what I was saying before was there was this time where I'll be honest, Barbara, for me sitting down, I'd rather do the lates. Okay, Barbara. Alright. You are right, but you hit it too much that time. She's saying it's not about getting the strikes, isn't it? So, oh great, low battery. Well, that's well done. I'll get this plugged in. We've gone over time. If we stopped at the hour mark, then we'd be fine. We wouldn't be running into battery problems. Yeah, everyone was using Tomoko's bowling ball. I don't think I noticed that everyone used Tomoko's bowling ball until after we gave Tomoko that bowling ball. And then Tomoko was playing, and I saw so many people using that bowling ball, and I thought, what's going on? Why is everyone using this bowling ball? I don't think there's anything special about it. Is it just a popular thing, or is it... I would not like to think that it's meta or something like that. There's the topic of like all the pros are using this thing because it's supposed to be really good, so then everyone else does that and they don't explore any other element of the game. I'm thinking basketball 3-pointer mind games, because I don't really think anyone goes into how you could do intense 2-point stuff. I know that the game, like basketball 2-on-2, is a bit tricky in terms of being creative. It does feel like a restricted sport, but I don't know much about it, to be fair. But I haven't seen anything in regards to crazy 2-point stuff. Whenever I see basketball stuff, it's always 3-pointers. So, I guess I'm not really that invested. It seems like 3-pointers are the meta, and no one really looks into what you can do if you... What could you do if you don't use 3-pointers? I had this idea where... What if we had games where you have to make at least 5 passes before you shoot? You can shoot from anywhere, but you have to make 5 passes. If that was your restriction, the 3-pointer mind games would be a bit cursed, because you'd have to end up after the 5th pass in a position to shoot a 3-point shot. Well, that was really good. And so if you can't set yourself up, then using the 3-point mind games technique is harder. But that never gets explored because they just go with the standard rules that you can shoot from anywhere as long as you do a tiny bit of dribbling, so 3 points. And that's all they bother with. They don't try anything else. And then people see that and say, yeah, this is how you win. Just do 3-point shots. And so there's a whole part of the game that doesn't get explored. I know, we're doing late spot, but also you're hooking the extra because you're in your early throw spot. That's quite interesting. Yeah, the throws aren't super late, but they are a little bit late. I have no idea. Let me not think about your score. Not at all. No thoughts. Night sky, like Siobhan says. Okay. Yeah, it just keeps happening. It's a bit wonky, that one though. Yeah, so everyone was using Tomoka's bowling ball and stuff like that. It just felt like everyone's just following the leader. It seems to be a common thing that I see. And it did upset me a bit when I keep seeing that bowling ball, because I felt like maybe it's a case where people they're not bothered to look at what else is part of the game. They just go with what everyone else is going because they see all the cool people using it. You don't have to be cool, or you don't have to have that stuff to be cool. Oh, but that was weird. Yeah, I'm not feeling happy, so that's why this is happening. Barbara, I'm twitching a little bit. Oh, those ants getting me. Should get those ants out. Get those ants out. I feel like I intentionally got you to throw late. I'm not sure why I did that. But there you go. Yes, I think the main thing I took from that was Barbara was bowled from her spot. And then someone might look at that and think, okay, so you always bowl from this spot. But that's not really the case. You gotta figure it out yourself. I never watched it. Yeah, I never watched anyone play this game until 2024. I think the first person I ever watched play this game was Axel. And then after that, it may have been... It was either Rohan by chance. I'm not sure if I watched Rohan or not. Basically, this was in March. Oh, we need to turn the volume down. There was this time in March where I was curious about how the community's doing, so I looked at a bunch of people. This was just after Yellow played with Sky, and then I saw he uploaded one of his earlier sessions. I definitely watched Sky. I think we watched Case in Point before Sky. It's a good chance that we did. But I do think I'm not sure if we watched Rohan. I think we checked his channel, because surely this was after Blue Eyes was at basketball, and Blue Eyes met Rohan there. And then sometime before that, Rohan watched another session with Yellow where we were looking at the stamps. I think something like that. So we would have known Rohan from then. I think that was before Sky. I don't know if we watched his stuff. I think we just saw that he was an Infinity Ring player and we got scared. because of what we're saying, isn't it? We just think, well, everyone looks up to the high-ranked players, but a lot of the time I don't get good energy from them. I'd say of the high-ranked players I've seen, I haven't met one as nice as him. But I'm not here to make some people seem better than others. I do think he's a nice person. But no, what I was saying is the first person I watched play this game was Axel, and then after that may have been in March where I watched a bunch of people play, and Sky was one of them. So I guess what we're saying is we learned about this game through our own experiences. It's one of the few games where I can say that I've done that. Most of the games that I've played, I've seen other people play it before I got to play it. But there was some time, maybe around 2018 ? Where we just started to play games on our own first, and not really watching it through other people until we've gotten a decent amount out of the game. And so when we got Nintendo Switch Sports, I didn't watch anything. The game's been out for several years and we still hadn't watched other people play the game. Do you remember in the ranks video when we talked about Michaela getting 300 for the first time, and then I got 300 in a survival bowling session? We hadn't watched anyone play the game by that point. Even when Giovanna did it in the second challenge stream, or the first one, we hadn't watched anyone play this game. So you're seeing someone helping another character get the maximum score with no sort of guidance from other people. I've just looked at the game and said, okay, let's try this. Oh, well, this is interesting. This seems to work for me. And then you keep playing, you keep gaining experiences, and that's how you end up with those scores. But we didn't look at a guide to figure out how to get 300. We didn't even know that we could get 300. When it happened, I was surprised, because I thought, well, this is supposed to be the highest score that you can get. Am I really worthy of that? Well, apparently I am, ? Because it happened. I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is you don't need a guide. You don't need to follow what the people with the highest ranks are doing to get good results. Well, I think what you really need is to understand the sport yourself and develop your own personal connection to it, which you don't need to copy what everyone else is doing to do. You can look at what other people are doing and refer to it when you have your own experiences. It can help you and it can accelerate your progress than doing everything on your own. But to look at what other people are doing and to assume that this is the way it's supposed to be and to just copy them, I don't think that's how you improve. And then, as I said, when people get upset, they'll use the word salty. Again, salty, that's not a word I use actually. I've always been apprehensive about that term. I've been exposed to it for a long time since using social media, but we're talking at least, you shouldn't be 10 years old using social, shouldn't be. I think you could be 10 years old and use social media if social media was a better place than it is, but it's not, so it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? But we're talking at least 10 years. I don't know if exposing my age is a good thing. I don't know. I'm not a social media person. Anyway, we weren't on social media until we were teenagers, so I spent all that time not hearing words like salty and sweat, and now all of a sudden I'm hearing these words and they're being used in a derogatory way to look down at someone, and I'm thinking, what? Is this how Barbara's really nice to look at? Sorry, she's just there, isn't it? So, oh, Barbara's there. Anyway, yeah, all of a sudden now I'm hearing people calling each other salty in a sort of moany, whiny way, like to say, this person's bad, boo-hoo about them, I don't know. You're so salty, it just sounds rude, I don't know. I don't like it. So I'd never pick that one up. So when I was talking about gamer terms, I guess that's what I was referring to, because then you hear a lot of that, and then the younger people see that, and then they adopt that for themselves. I seem to be so different, that I'll hear stuff like that, then I'll question it, and then I might refuse to use it. There must be something amusing about the word spike that makes me pick it up, but salty and sweat, I never really got into that, so I don't call people salty. No, like, I'm surprised. It was surprising to think that even through my most competitive of times, I wouldn't call people salty or sweaty. That's never been something that I've called people. It seems quite interesting. Well, I don't think, I could keep playing, but I don't think there's really much else to look into. I think we'll pick up these observations as we go along, and ultimately what we just spoke about is related to why you're even getting these training sessions, because I guess it's supposed to work alongside all of your other videos with the salt and the sweat. Because there's an absence of that language here. You don't hear me talk about people being salty or sweaty, and you don't get profanity either. So you just get a different way of being. You know, you can be like this and still get good results. So you don't have to be spicy to be skilled. Barbara, don't laugh. Yeah, you don't need to be spicy to be skilled. You can be calm, like Tomoko. You watched Tomoko reach the Infinity Ring with that smile on her face. Even when she lost, she did the Tomoko funny face. And she wasn't salty. But she was using the 3-point mind games. So that's a problem. It's not a problem unless you think it is. I think it's a problem. It's like Tomoko didn't really do anything new. She just reached the rank. I suppose she just proved that you can reach the rank without being spicy, but she didn't really do anything different in terms of gameplay. Yeah. I'm just uploading this stuff and sharing it so that the world has something else to think about. I think that's a decent enough conclusion. It's not a decent enough conclusion unless you think it is. Whatever the conclusion is, we're just here to give people something different. We'll resume tomorrow.